I say then you become a cheater on me. And I say that I, the living God, am not well pleased with thee, no, not at all. For I say you are living in a time of devastation, a time of ruination, a time when I, the living God, am bringing down the proud. And I say if you are so proud that you will not declare the truth in the face of opposition, then what good are you to me? For I say that the proud shall be humbled, and even those who claim they are mine, who are too proud to declare the truth, I say they will be humbled likewise. For I say it is the truth that shall set men free, and it is the truth that will cure the sickness, the disease of pride. I say this day, be thankful that I, the living God, have called thee to walk in the truth, to declare the truth, to be thankful for the same. That is, to be ever coming forth in that which I offer, that which I give, as you keep your focus upon me. For I say, when it is me, the living God, that you will continue to look to in faith, in trust, in confidence, you will see that, yes, I always make the way. And yes, you will see that it is me, the living God, who will purpose thee, uplift thee, direct thee, and guide thee forth in the truth of who I am. I say this day, let it be me that you will continue to look to believe, to trust, and obey. Let it be me, the living God, who is ever present as you are focused upon me time and again. For I say, in the omnipresence of my truth, my life, my strength, my glory, you will find exactly what you need. That is, you will find that I, the living God, will be with thee as long as you are believing in me, are needy of me, and being ever purposed by me. But I say, if you begin to think by your own effort, your own works, and of course the God of self, that you are all together, I say you will find yourself in the same heap of ruination that I, the living God, provide for the proud, the haughty, the high-minded, the ungodly, the fools, who are far from me. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be a partaker of the wrath, but rather of the mercy that is found in me. But I say, according to the determination as to who and what it is that you will believe, so do you receive. And I say, if you are ever believing in yourself, you will receive the reward of the proud, which in this generation is ruination. For I say, it is me, the living God, who is indeed bringing down the proud. And I say that men can grow proud over the most foolish and absurd of things, and yet I say they are proud nonetheless. That is, they are filled to the gills with pride. They are thinking there is none that compares to them. And I say they are full of their own way. And I say, because they go in such a mindset, I say that they do not make progress in me. And I say, because they are living in a way whereby they are sufficient, or so they imagine in self, it is me, the living God, who will devastate the same. I say this day, if men had wisdom, they would rejoice in my judgments, for I say, indeed, they are perfect. But I say, because men are full of their own interpretation as to who and what I am, I say they are literally working in opposition to me. That is, they are working in a way whereby they think that to have empathy, to have sympathy with the proud, the haughty, the high-minded, that I level down, is a great and glorious thing. That is, they are believing more in the worth of a man than the worth of my truth. I say this day that it is the truth that literally keeps the world in balance, and if the truth is done away with, everything will be turned upside down. That is, it will be chaotic on every hand, with confusion and drunkenness, muddling and stumbling, because men will not know the way. But I say, when the truth is put forth, there is one thing that you can be sure of, that men will either obey or disobey. And I say, when they choose what it is that they do, they establish where they are with me. I say this day that I, the living God, do call thee to be thankful for the truth, to be ever declaring the truth and walking in the same. If you want the truth, then indeed be thankful that it is me, the living God, who will give it unto thee. But I say, if you are preferring the fairy tale house of lies, I say that the same will be the destruction of your life. For I say, it is me, the living God, who is definitely in this generation bringing down the proud, the haughty, the high-minded, who have exalted themselves against me.
Thousands of of people here in the New York area. That's the only glimmer of light around. There's still no electricity for thousands of people tonight, almost 2 weeks after Sandy hit. For some, patience has turned to meltdown. NBC's Stephanie Gosk is on Long Island with the latest on the power struggle tonight. Stephanie, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. Well, the people that live on this street tell us that the Long Island Power Company, LIPA, showed up immediately after the storm to cut the power in these down lines, but they haven't been back since, and some people here have been told they could be in the dark until Thanksgiving. 11 days after the lights went out in Oceanside, Long Island, residents are seething.
Where is LIPA? Where is LIPA?
And the county's chief wants to put the military in charge of restoring power.
LIPA management has once again fallen down on the job.
Send in the National Guard. We are fed up.
The power company LIPA says it can't restore power until flood-damaged homes are inspected. It was the same criticism leveled last year after Hurricane Irene. In June, a state investigation criticized LIPA for what it called an outdated emergency response plan with no system to predict power restoration. LIPA did not respond to repeated requests for comment. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has called the delay a failure.
You have people without power for a very long time. It's gotten cold. It's uncomfortable. Yes, we're understanding, but we're also impatient, and we want more and we want it faster.
Not a single light. Many New York residents have been documenting what are sometimes dangerous conditions. 200 elderly tenants in this Rockaways high-rise were virtually ignored until today, when the National Guard showed up.
We are kind of underplayed, the 6th borough, Far Rockaway. I felt this peninsula is very much forgotten about.
Thank you. Across the river in New Jersey, Governor Chris Christie toured damaged areas and asked the 200,000 still without power to be patient.
Life will be back for most of New Jersey to normal come Sunday.
So we're not getting power back till after Christmas. So it's going to get cold. It's going to get real cold.
At the Con Ed Command Center, they expect to restore power to the rest of their New York customers without flood damage by this weekend.
5 times the size of what Irene did to us. 5 times the amount of damage, 5 times the amount of customers affected. It's just been an unbelievable effort to try to get the customers back.
I say that I, the living God, do not find pleasure in the defiant, the rebellious, the proud who see themselves as better than they are. But I say that I find pleasure in the ones who will accept my correction, my chastisement, my rebuke, and receive the same with thanksgiving. For I say, if you will indeed keep yourself in a mindset that you do not know it all, then you can be guided in my way. But I say, when you are indeed self-contained in your own little world and sure of how good you are, confident in self, I say, of course, you will take a fall. For I say, it is me, the living God, who is indeed bringing down the proud, whether they be as individuals or groups or communities or churches or indeed cities and states and even nations. For I say that I'm so disgusted with pride, I'm thoroughly sickened by the same, and I say that I vindicate myself. Therefore I say, when you see the proud brought low, I say, keep your sympathy with me. And I say, do not allow yourself to go out unto those who are wretched in their misery, because it is the chastisement that I have given unto them to repent.
We are going to make sure that we stay here as long as people need that immediate help. That's FEMA's primary task. And we'll be coordinating closely with state and local governments to make sure folks are getting the short-term help. But what we've also already heard is that there's going to be some long-term rebuilding that's required. You know, you look at this block, and you know that this is a community that is deeply rooted. You know, most of the folks that I met here have been here 20, 30, 50 years. They don't want to see their community uprooted, but there's got to be a plan for rebuilding. And that plan is going to have to be coordinated, and there's going to need resources. So what I've committed to doing is to work with the outstanding congressional delegation led by your senators, Chuck Schumer and Kristen Gillibrand, also working with Governor Christie and the Jersey delegation to try to come up with a game plan for how we're going to be able to resource the rebuilding process. And I'm confident, as Governor Cuomo said, that we're going to be able to do it. But it's going to require everybody focus on getting the job done. Proud of you, New York. You guys are tough. You bounce back. Just as America always bounces back. The same is going to be true this time. All right? Thank you very much.
Who are you? Let's get this over with.
The Book of Proverbs, Chapter 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, King of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear, and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. To understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching. For they are a graceful garland for your head, and pendants for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow them alive, and whole like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us. We will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, or their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own life. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. Wisdom cries aloud in the street. In the markets she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy street she cries out. At the entrance of the city gates she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called, and you refuse to listen, have stretched out my hand, and no one has heeded, because you have ignored all my counsel, and would have none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you, when terror strikes you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently,
and we are tired,
but
and we
will
want our
not
power
find
now.
me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, would have none of my counsel, and despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way, and have their fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure, and will be at ease without dread of disaster.
Thank you for helping. I appreciate it. Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano is scheduled to be back in the region tomorrow, this time to visit a disaster recovery site in Staten Island. Meantime, residents here are still waiting for the power to come on. Governor Christie has pledged that power could be restored in all areas of New Jersey by tonight. Lester.
All right, Michelle, thank you.
This is a major disaster. Major disaster. Major disaster.